Hi everyone. So what notation do we use? Well, remember, we use capital N to indicate the population size for a population data set. We use little n for the sample size for a sample data set. So population size is capital N, sample size is little n. Now remember, for the mean, a measure of center, the population mean is given by the Greek letter mu. Remember that we typically use Greek letters to denote population parameters. The Greek letter mu represents population mean. The Greek letter lowercase sigma, this here is lowercase sigma. It's the little brother of this uppercase sigma over here, which indicated summation. Lowercase sigma denotes population standard deviation, or SD. It's like a sideways 6. And remember, the standard deviation is always the square root of the variance. I'll even type it out. The standard deviation is always the square root of the variance, whatever the context, right? Which means that the variance is always going to be the square of the standard deviation. The population variance is given by sigma squared. All right. Now, in blue, I'm going to denote the sample statistics, which are normally denoted with Roman or English letters, which you're used to. So sample size is little n. The sample mean is x bar. The sample standard deviation, or SD, is S. The sample variance is therefore S squared. These are lowercase s's. Now, ultimately, we care about the values for a population mean, a population standard deviation, and or population variance. We really care about these population parameters on top and their values. The sample statistics on the bottom, they're a means to an end. So if we have a huge population where we cannot do a census efficiently, if we have 100 million registered voters in Fredonia, we might want to take a sample, a poll of, say, 1,000 voters, in which case little n would be 1,000. And in that poll, well, we might be rude and ask, what's your age? What's your age? So we could find the sample mean, right? The sample standard deviation and the sample variance. But remember, the goal of calculating these sample statistics is to approximate the values of the population parameters. We only care about the sample mean insofar as that it helps us estimate the population mean. We don't care about the sample mean in and of itself. We only care about it insofar as it helps us estimate the population mean. That's the purpose of the sample mean. The purpose of x bar is to estimate mu. Likewise, the purpose of the sample standard deviation, S, is to estimate the population standard deviation, sigma. That's where the inference comes in. And also, the purpose of the sample variance, S squared, is to estimate the population variance, sigma squared. So in inferential statistics, we're going to use the sample statistics, x bar, S, and S squared, to estimate the values of these population parameters, mu, sigma, and sigma squared. Next up, how do you calculate population standard deviation and variance? And how do you calculate sample standard deviation and variance? Later on.